yeah, for my birthday, it was actually pretty cool. We went to go see Akira. That was
Yes.
actually fun because we went to go see it at the Tower, which is like a small, very small little theater, and it's like more independent. And it's cool to see animes It's cool to see stuff in the movie theaters as opposed to at home. You don't get it. It's a different experience.
Right. And so we dragged the hubs with us, and I was like, okay, drive the hubs. And I'm like, oh, hey, wait, this will be fine because it'll be no, I was hoping, I was thinking to myself, I was hoping it was going to be the dub with Cam Clark as Kaneda, but
Fortunately, I think that's lost to time because once Pioneer got the rights, they redubbed it again.
yeah, so I was like, I was kind of hoping for that. And then I was like thinking like, oh wait, it's the Tower. It's going to be subbed. And so just a little nervous. Like, I mean, the hubs is getting better about watching anime, but sometimes I get a little nervous about showing him some because if you're anime is not for everyone.
It really is not for everyone. It's a tough medium to crack because like again, you have to it's also the adultness of the animation, but it's also like the cultural differences.
Right. And definitely the cultural differences and
Akira is
mind fuck.
It's a thinking man's anime.
It really is. Finally understood it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's my third try, so I understood.
See what I said? I said this. I think I said this a lot. I think no, I did say this at the last Anime Bonsai of like you have to watch it at least 3 times. Well, I mean, granted, Todd got it pretty good in the first one,
Todd got it really good.
Again, it's kind of an age thing because, like, I mean, Akira is it's a lot of people's firsts,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people thirst.
You're thinking of that husbando waifu war.
I'm thinking of sexy Kaneda and his light bike, but I don't know. I'm just don't mind me, but I think too. We're talking about. I totally forgot about like another thing why anime is hard to get into, especially 80s anime, because it was the Wild West anime. They just threw something against the wall, whatever stuck.
And it was just a lot. Yeah, they threw a lot, and they threw a lot of different stuff. And like, well, I mean, now everything's kind of been a little bit more. Everything now is a little bit more streamlined, I guess. But like these ones were just there were a lot of different stories that were just some were really out there. Like even old Ghost in the Shell. That's that's also a thinking man's anime of like what is the law, like what can an AI be alive in a world where we're all cybernetic and stuff like that. That's always what I've interpreted out of that movie, the question of that movie.
Yeah, but anyways, and I think like like the sub versus dub, I'm definitely more of a team dub, but watching the sub, I really felt like I understood it a lot better too. Especially the creepy kids. I liked how the sub did it better than the dubbed. Like the dubbed was like adults pretending to be kids, but like the sub was kids playing the kids. And I feel like it really kind of showed
they had a better performance, more natural.
Also, like a better understanding of the relationship between like the colonel guy.
Yeah, the colonel and his psychic children, and
yeah,
he cared for them pretty deeply. But yeah, and like that and also it being your first anime, Akira, it is like it's pretty gnarly, pretty violent. Like I mean, they're all going like it's like civil war essentially. They're just riots in the streets and people getting shot, riddled with bullets, and like it's pretty visceral. It's pretty like wow.
I guess we should explain the story real quick, or kind of.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So it's in the year 2019.
Yeah.
And it's like before the Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah, it actually does have the Tokyo 2020 the 2020 Olympics. The stadium is built. It's all messed up, but yeah, it's pretty nuts thinking about it. It's like, holy crap, did it really predict the future?
Yeah. And these street punks, Kaneda and his best friend Tetsuo, and they were out. They're
a bunch of biker kids, biker punks.
Yeah,
And then there's a lot of bike fighting, hitting each other with pipes and stuff.
and they're in a fight with a rival gang, and Tetsuo sees one of the creepy kids.
Yeah, he sees one of the creepy kids, and like the kid usually has like a psychic like barrier and just blows him up. And yeah, Tetsuo is all beat up, and they take him to the hospital and start experimenting on him.
Yeah, because either they gave him his supernatural powers, or or the psychic powers were awakened,
Yeah,
but they use the creepy kids as bioweapons
yeah, pretty
in
much.
the last World War. And there was a supreme creepy kid named Akira,
Yeah, and
and
he just like destroyed the world, or well,
yeah,
yeah, he created mass destruction, and like he's like he's like in like almost like in hibernation essentially.
yeah, and I think they separated his parts so he couldn't, thinking if they kept him whole, he'd still be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So Tetsuo was like, I need to get to Akira. And that's just basically them dealing um with trying to stop Tetsuo.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean Kaneda and their friends, and the creepy kids, and there's some underground kind of resistant fighters.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, of course, Civil Wars, you always have some kind of resistance, people fighting. Yeah, it's actually interesting. There's a lot of old animes that are like that, like Jinro, Mark of the Wool, or I think that was Jinro.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of underground resistance and all that kind of stuff, fighting each other, fighting the man.
And the government, of course, is trying to stop Tetsuo from causing problems. And
Yeah, well, they were trying. Actually, weren't they trying to? Well, they were trying to still use him as a weapon, but like he kind of, it went a little crazy.
yeah,
It went out of hand.
his power overtook his ability to control it. And Tetsuo, he kind of confronted at the wrong time. He confronted his insecurities
Uh huh.
and stuff. So,
But yeah, I was like, we can't tell the whole movie.
oh yeah,
Remember, this is not. We
it's
can't
not a
tell the whole.
spoiler
It's
cast.
not a spoiler cast, so
All of
we
a sudden, yeah,
can't tell the whole movie. But yeah, there's a lot of. It's a great. It's beautifully animated.
it really is.
Like even later, even now, it looks amazing. Lots of I mean, like the infamous bike slide
Yes, which I think I've seen so
it
many animes and
is
movies.
is in Pokemon. Like it has inspired so many things. It is a pioneer that put anime on the spot,
Right.
which I think is cool.
And it's definitely
It
like
still holds up.
it still holds
It's
up.
still good. Still good.
Yeah, I'll have to say I would recommend seeing it subbed than dubbed. I mean, although I haven't listened to the new Pioneer one. I saw, actually, that was when I started getting into anime. Akira was one of the movies I watched, and it was the old Cam Clark, who was
With
Canada Tetsumo, and
yeah.
instead of
But it's owned by Pioneer. Well, it was dubbed by Pioneer, whoever owns it now, because Pioneer Geneon is not there anymore. But yeah, I said watch it subbed. It's fine. Yeah, it's how you get into the. It's not a first. I don't think it's a great first time anime stuff because
no.
there are so many better things out now. Cowboy Bebop and
Oh yeah, Cowboy
that's probably
Bebop.
one of the ultimate ones.
I think Cowboy Bebop is probably the best anime for people who are not into anime, because like showing the hubs other animes, and he's like, okay, but took him to the anime movie, Cowboy Bebop movie, and he really liked it. So, anyways,
We should have watched that on Halloween.
well, we should have watched that on Halloween. We should have watched
That is a Halloween movie, but no, go ahead.
We should have watched the dubbed version
Mm-hmm.
with um Steve Bloom.
Okay, good. I was just like,
I was like, what is his name? I see his beautiful face perfectly.
but no, it's still a good movie. It's on Blu-ray. That thing is probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna be re-released on every single thing. It's gonna be released on 8K someday.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still it's kind of it's the know your roots kind of thing of anime.
Right, exactly.
Of like what put it on the map, because I think Siskel and Ebert, I think that was the one they saw. They were like, holy crap, this thing is awesome.
Yeah. I definitely think that, and I think, well, I
It
mean, like,
created the ripple.
it did. It really did. It put
Actually, it is like
anime.
Akira, where it did like because it wasn't. I think like what it was like a black hole kind of thing, and like it almost created like a new universe or something.
Yes.
Because that's what Akira. So yeah, it is the ripple. It is the alpha and the omega. It created the ripple that made anime pretty popular.
Yeah.
That introduced us into a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I wanted to, like, well, definitely, yeah, that's definitely a point I agree with, but also I think, like, we'll talk about the animation and, like, how beautiful it is. And the crazy thing was, this was still before CGI, so this was all hand drawn.
And
I
like some of the light bike, like the after like the speed lines or whatever, like
Yeah,
it looks beautiful. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I
I'll
was
let you
gonna.
talk. I'm all like interrupting you.
No, you're fine. I just talk about the animation and, like, how I always say, well, I talk about Ghibli, about you can just frame it, a scene and frame it, and then you got a piece of art. But Akira the same way, and it's just a really good anime that holds up and blah blah. Not blah blah, but just kind of like reiterate. I agree with Justin.
Yes, it is. It's still really good. It's still a classic. It's still fun. Yeah, watch it. It's on Blu-ray. It looks beautiful. But yeah, go watch it.